Jason, I'm so happy that you're here, but I do have to. We have to admit that you were supposed to be on Stephen Colbert.
You were not my first choice.
Okay, I understand.
I was yours, and then you hit him in the neck with a blow dart of COVID.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So Colbert got COVID, and
you're here.
Jimmy said, hey, I got him. Will you come over and play?
Yes, according to plan, Stephen, get well soon. We do love
No,
Stephen.
it was going to be like me and Laura Linney and Julia Garner. We're going to go do that. It was going to be like a cast interview. Julia Garner couldn't get here from London. Stephen got COVID, and Laura.
We're here. I'm always here for you. I'm always here for you whenever you're around.
Perfect.
I follow you around. I go. I just want to make sure you're okay, man. I gotta. You know I love my Jason Bateman. I need my Jason Bateman. We need. We'll do anything for the Jason Bateman.
But here's the thing. We got no plan.
No, we don't have. We don't know what we're going to talk about.
We're just going to free ball this, y'all.
Are you left-handed?
I am. Well, here's the deal. See, we're already improvising, guys. It's beautiful.
Wow,
He's just doing visual cues. I got my watch on this hand. So, yeah, I write with the left, I throw with the right. I kick with the left, I eat lefty, I play pool lefty, I golf righty, bat righty. I'm all messed up.
Wow. That is really interesting to me. I did not know that.
It's a problem.
Yeah, but is it a talent? Do your daughters have this same talent? Are they ambidextrous?
I don't know if that's a talent. I don't know if left-handed is being a talent. They are talented.
Yes. But they don't throw, or they all go?
They don't. And in fact, speaking of golf, I took the 10-year-old, two daughters, 15 and 10, Maple, the 10-year-old, I took her out because Daddy likes to play some golf.
Yes.
And she's like, well, why? What are you doing out there? That looks terrible. And I said, well, come out and try it. So took her out to play golf. She plays righty as well. And she was just striping it. She's 10 years old. And I was like, honey, here's the deal. Because my wife hates golf. My wife is like, what are you doing out there? Think about all the housing. If you got rid of all the golf courses, it's like that. So so now I'm trying to recruit Maple into the golf, addiction.
Yes.
Because that means Daddy can play a lot more golf. We can travel. I said, listen, you get great at this. You get all hopped up about it. You and I can have daddy-daughter time. We can travel. I said, there's courses in France and stuff like that.
We'll spend the rest of our lives together.
Yeah, Mommy and Franny will have fun doing whatever the hell they want to do. And you and I, we can fly around the world.
Yes.
So she's working on her swing.
Yes, she is, yeah. That's good. You want that?
I want it.
The very cute kid. I was very lucky. I got to do your podcast, Smartless. Mm-hmm. It was very fun.
We had booked Stephen Colbert, but then he couldn't.
He got COVID.
See what I did
He
there?
got COVID again.
He got
yeah, exactly.
COVID.
And I just made sure I want to get into. Yeah,
all
exactly.
kinds of virus.
The way the podcast works, if you don't know Smartless, but is
hold for applause.
We'll add it in later. You can't hear it, but it's getting a standing ovation.
Pretty serious.
Yeah, it's pretty serious. It is the best. No, it is so fun. But basically, it's you and two other hosts, Sean Hayes and Will Arnett. And Irrelevant, yes. And it doesn't matter. It's really the Jason Bateman Show.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. One of you knows who the guest is. The other two do not.
Yeah, we take turns inviting guests, and we don't tell the other two who that guest is so that the other two do not need to prepare. See, we don't need to do stuff like this,
Yeah.
Jimmy's been up for hours, since he nailed that dart into Stephen's neck. He
I was like, Colbert, he's taking a day off. I want to make sure I get these questions in. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're actors are not incredibly, should we say, disciplined with their work ethic.
Yeah.
So we like to have we don't like to break a sweat. So I said, or maybe Will said, Will thinks it's his idea. I think it was my idea, that we don't tell the other person who the guest is, so you don't have to do any work. You literally just lift up the laptop, boom, we're recording, and you can just be there, just an observer, and like, oh my gosh, there's Tom Hanks. I've always wanted to ask Tom Hanks this question, and so it's very, it's in real time like the listener would be, We're
it's great.
Yeah, it's really fun because we get to talk to people that are heroes of ours, and you can skip, 4 or 5 dates. You can just get right into asking, like you're trapped in an elevator with somebody.
Yeah, but is there any times where you're doing the interview and you go, ooh, I kind of wish I knew that person was coming, so I could prepare like Paul McCartney?
Sean had Paul McCartney was his guest, and it was like, it's it. Now, the tepid applause of Paul McCartney makes me feel better about no applause for Smuggles.
It wasn't. It was a tep. They weren't sure if they.
It was the bar.
They know
down.
They know that Paul McCartney's not going to come out. So they're just like, yeah, we love Paul McCartney, but we know he's not.
If Paul McCartney had a podcast, whoa.
No. They're like, Jason Bateman's here. Let's get to the Bateman. Let's get right into that kind of standing O.
But if if I knew Paul McCartney was coming out, I would have been like, because like I love Wings. But
me too.
The fact that did you know he was in a band before that? Like, I had no idea. So he comes out, and I'm like, I was a little embarrassed because they start talking about the Beatles.
And you go, I've never heard of you.
Well, there are no bugs in my house. What are you talking about? So that was embarrassing.
That was embarrassing.
I wish I had a little bit of a heads up.
I want to talk about Ozark. It's the final season. It's coming to an end. It's over.
This is it. Well, listen, all good things.
Oh, it's great. Yes, it's a series. It is all good things, all great things. This is one of the best shows I've ever seen.
Thank you, buddy.
And, dude, you are so good.
Thank you, Tom.
In this, you are so good. I don't want it to end. But I heard this that originally you weren't supposed to be in it. You were just producing it and directing.
That was my original goal, was to direct them all. The acting part of it, I can't remember what the sequencing of it was, but I don't know what it, maybe because I've been doing so much comedy, the idea of doing something dark and dramatic, and then especially as a director too, where, you get to shoot cinematic stuff and like work with a composer about creepy music, and all that stuff was really exciting to me. And the scripts were such that it was like, oh yeah, you're going to need to do that to match these scripts because they're dark.
Yeah.
And so that was the plan. Couldn't make enough time to direct them all, so I just did the first two and the last two of that first season, and did a bunch since then.
Yeah, I want to talk more about Ozark when we come back, and also show a clip. More with Jason Bateman after the break. Come on back.